For some reason, I cannot hear you, but we're still waiting for people to come in. So we got a chance to set it up properly. So if everyone can hear me, just put your thumbs up, and while we wait for Carlos, I don't know if it's me or it's you. Let me check. Carlos, can you talk? I'm gonna add you as a co-host of this, so maybe it changes. Okay, so
Hello, can you hear me?
yes,
Yeah, it's my AirPods. I don't know. They seem to have an issue. Sorry about that. Um,
don't worry.
yeah, it's just was just asking. Did you have a great weekend?
Yes, I got a pretty active weekend, but it was pretty good. Yesterday we went out with some family friends, and it was beautiful, and seeing also the community active, asking questions, interested about the ISPO. Which is not that usual during the weekend. People are very inactive, so it was an active weekend. How was it for you?
Great, great. Got some time to work. Got some time with the family. So overall, a great relaxing time.
Okay, I think this is an important week, bro, because there's a major announcement coming today that is going to answer a lot of questions. So I think tomorrow's spaces will be a lot about the dynamics of the ISPO. Today's about a concept that I really love, that I really push and I really believe in, which is the tribes. So to start our how do you say, our morning and our ritual, I think the best way to do it is starting with how do you say, with the explanation of what the ISPO is.
Well, the ISPO. I know some people have already joined us for a few conversations, but we always need to lay out the base concept, which is that an initial stable offering is basically when you want to participate in supporting a new project instead of outright buying the tokens from the project. What you do is you delegate on their stable, right? Which is um, something that is used to protect blockchain systems, right? People in the Cardano ecosystem are very familiar with this concept, but for anybody that's not, it's basically just validators, right? Blockchain node validators. So when you stake your crypto there, you generate a yield. Usually you split the yield between the validator and yourself, the holder of the crypto. But in this case, with an ISPO, you get to receive new tokens from the new project and you give them your yield, right? So this way you can support up and coming new projects.
And this week, actually yesterday, I was explaining the ISPO to some hardcore financial people that they usually invest in stocks and projects and stuff like that, and they have soccer games and everything. And one of the questions, they try to relate this to banking, so and stocks, and they were asking me, where does the yield come from? Where how, like, if I stake in a pool of Cardano, where does that yield come from Cardano? Who pushes it forward? Who's the one that gives it?
Basically, blockchains reward validators by emitting new coins, right? New tokens. So it's the same concept as crypto mining. So when you do Bitcoin proof of work, you get rewarded with Bitcoin, right? Which is literally minted anew, right? It's a new creation. So those coins are basically to pay you for your expensive, right, of your Bitcoin hardware. It's the same thing with proof of stake blockchains. You get new tokens in exchange for setting up a validator and minting and issuing new blocks, right? So that's where the yield comes. It's inflation, right? Inflationary yield in exchange for providing value to a protocol.
That and that's a way to not charge gas because I guess the deflationary E takes it out of the gas fee in Ethereum or what? Or how does it work in Ethereum?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
In Ethereum, like which is a deflationary coin, how does it work? Does it work the
Yeah,
same?
no, it works the same. Like, it is a deflationary coin in the sense that its utility causes deflation, but it's still also creating inflation with new Ethereum being issued per block, right? And so, yeah, DEGA will be the same as well.
Oh, nice. So that's there's no comparison. I think in the to that way in the how do you call it the fiat world. There's no comparison to an ISPO in another space. It's something unique of crypto, isn't it?
I guess you could, maybe treasury bonds would be a good analogy, right? Because they're essentially a loan that the government is asking, right? And then in exchange, they provide a yield for that. And sometimes they monetize the yield, right? So they issue new inflation to pay back the interest rate that the government has on its debt. It's called debt monetization. So that would be the closest thing you would have to that.
Okay. Okay, so for the people not in crypto, not in the Cardano scene, or because this is a very Cardano thing. ISPOs comes from the Cardano ecosystem, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So in the other protocols, it's not a common thing to hear about that or to do that. So it's a novelty that actually that guy's doing, isn't it? Like multi-chain and all those things. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Even though the one we have starting on the 19 is in the Cardano ecosystem.
Sure. So yeah, outside of the Cardano ecosystem, almost nobody knows about it. It's only in, a mechanism used there, but there are some protocols that are also very much capable of using it. For example, Polkadot. We actually have a call later today with a team that we want to partner up with to bring this technology there, and it can be done in others as well, like Polygon and Ethereum, but it'll take a little bit more work. But yes, we're bringing this concept to other blockchains, right? In which we're going to use the proof of stake yield to be able to finance new project in exchange for that project's tokens.
I think that's pretty clear, and it's a good opportunity because you're actually is like getting something from a cool project, and the risk is minimized by this figure, isn't
Mm-hmm.
it?
Yep.
Okay. So, anything else you want to say about the ISPO? Invite our listeners or the ones we're gonna listen after
I would really just
for
say
this big
stay
event.
tuned for tomorrow, because tomorrow we're gonna discuss all the details around the bonuses and how much you're gonna get, right? How much Dega we're giving out in exchange for the delegation from ADA. So that's happening tomorrow at the same time, and we're publishing the article today, right? And we're publishing it after this space. That's why I didn't want to talk about it during this space, right? I wanted to get the article out today, and then give people a chance to read, to come up with questions, and then we'll discuss it tomorrow in detail.
Nice. So I think tomorrow will be like the big ISPO day, but today we'll talk about something that we have several people here from our tribes, and is how do the tribes concept works? How does it connect with the ISPO? How what is the player way thing, and why are we working with tribes? So if you want to jump into that topic straight away, we can just go for it.
Yes. Yeah,
Or
but let's keep focused on the tribes right now, because player wave is like a whole other universe. and we're gonna bring that up
Okay.
until after we have our ISPO rolling, right? So actually, tribes is one of the reasons that that you and I connected very well in our first conversation. And I wasn't even using that word, right? But I was describing to you what I wanted to build, and then you said, "Man, you're talking about tribes," and I was like, yeah, coincidentally, that's exactly what I want to call them. And then you started, I don't know, you showed me a presentation. I don't believe I've ever seen it again, but you had like a presentation talking about tribes. So actually, I'm going to throw that one back to you. Can you give us a little bit of an overview of what you were working on, the concepts, and what was your vision for that?
Yeah, it's something going back to a very human concept. Most projects have been focused on building communities and talking about community. But for me, there's a next step. There's a deeper step on the chain, and is tribals as humanity we evolved not by growing bigger fangs and stuff like that or becoming stronger than the lions. Like our power was to get together to create concepts that unified us and survive and then thrive and grow. So the tribal the tribalism or the tribal concept went beyond the concept of just a community. It was about survival, and then that survival became about values, principles, vision, growing. And that's when the tribe concept just started working out. So everyone in the tribe was given their best, what they could do best, their talent, their capacity, and everything to the tribe. And then the tribe gives value back. So that concept of everyone working towards something together because they connect on the deepest level, which is for me survival, avoiding death, and everything, was really captivating. And trying to bring that into the social space, community space, project space was kind of like one of the challenges I was personally addressing, looking for, and creating. And when we talked, you were actually aiming for the same thing, is like creating this world and this space where everyone can give or become the best version of their biggest vision, and find other people they connect with in the values, dreams, purpose. Is like their vision and what they want to do. And if I gave value to that group of people, the value of that group will increase and I will get value back. So that dynamic just connected. Yeah, it connected what we were building in Dega with my search. So it was kind of like the natural way to go. And that's why we said this has to be kind of like the world that we're building has to be the world for people to be able to build their tribes, to thrive, to create together, and find tribal economics where they can prosper and thrive. So that was kind of like the beginning and the connection of everything. So
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah, I think that in modern society, we've kind of like made the entire focus be on the nuclear family, right? Which is great, but people sometimes people still feel alone, right? People say that that they feel alone, that they feel depressed, even though they're married with kids, right? And it's just like, how the hell are you alone, right? Like you got your kids, you got your wife, or your husband or whatever. But the point is that feeling of loneliness that they have is because some of them yearn for their tribe more than other people, right? Some people are perfectly fine being either by themselves or just with their nuclear family, but other people do have that instinct, that yearning. And that's why we gather around soccer teams, right? Or we gather around musicians and stuff like that because we kind of feel that they're our tribe. That's also why you will see people in politics adamantly defending their politics, right? They're like obsessed with that. And the reason for that is because it's their instinct, right? They have a program in their brains that tells them they have to associate with certain group of people, and then they become very defensive of that. So it can have negative connotations in the sense that if you pick the negative tribe, right, you're sadly on a bad path. But it's also a very good thing in the sense that it allows you to, as you said, work together with other people to protect each other and towards striving for a single goal. So in DEGA, we want to bring this concept back. We want to help people organize around the concept of tribes. And since we're, a gaming company, right, we want to gamify this. And the gamification is not just because. It's not just for fun. It's because by using gamification, we can help people structure their tribes around these shared goals that we're talking about.
And I asking you about this is, are there any tribal gamification things you can tell us a little bit about, or
Um, Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, one of the first things you want to define is how do you join the tribe? What is the tribe working towards for? And how do you, showcase your capabilities, right? Of being able to support the tribe in that. And the way we're doing that is something that, to be clear, is like not it's not like we're even inventing this concept, but it's still not widely adopted. So we're kind of structuring everything around the concept of quest, right? And it's something that other crypto companies are doing as well, but I think that they do it more kind of like as a one-off thing, right? Like something that you do to push their brand awareness or grow community engagement, but not something in the sense that they want to allow people so that they can all structure their own quest, their own vision for what their tribe is supposed to be. So the idea is to kind of like gamify it in the sense of you going on quests that are individual or that are part of a tribe or that are part of DEGA. And then as you do that, you will rank up reputation, and some other forms of reward, right? Like, for example, Dega will structure quests that will provide Dega tokens. Your own tribe can have its own token or its own NFTs and provide value on top of that. But it's always about providing clarity in terms of what you need to do next to grow within your tribe.
so? And can anyone create a tribe in Dega, or what do I need to do to create a tribe?
Yeah, anybody can create a tribe. It's right now it's accessible. Just joining our Discord. I think you're the one leading those engagements for anybody that wants to create a tribe. We already have how many do we have now? Five.
No, we got, let me count it now because we got some new ones. So we got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10.
10 tribes. Beautiful.
Yes, 10 tribes, and the one that has more members right now, it is, I'm gonna tell you not which one it is, but how many members they have. It's already 373 members and rising and counting.
Impressive. Impressive. Yeah. So right now it's kind of like just social coordination, right? We're just structuring our tribes by just talking right now in Discord and setting up like a few competitions between them. But as we move forward, we're going to be deploying what we call the DEGA progression system. Well, it's actually two systems. It's the progression and the power system, which are tightly coupled together, right? And these systems are the ones that you use in games when you see like skill trees and you see quests that you need to go through to gain certain level ups. So we're gonna be launching this system. We're gonna be implementing it for DEGA's purposes, right? Like how do you grow within DEGA? But then you, the tribes, will be able to use this at your own discretion to build your own progression systems for within the tribe, right? Like you can design your own ways to grow within the DEGA ecosystem and beyond, right? This tooling is universal, so you'll be able to use it freely for any purposes, right? Like to give you an example, right? Like you can have your tribe within DEGA, you're doing quests, you're playing games, But let's say you want to grow your brand towards an e-commerce brand, right? And you want to sell apparel and you want to make deals with other companies. So you can perfectly use the DEGA progression system to set up the quest, the mission, the task, and the way that you're going to reward your tribe members to grow that new line of progression, right? And the way it'll work per se, we'll start it off as a chatbot interface so that anybody can just talk to it and get rolling. But as we move forward, we'll continue to add UI and dashboards for you to be able to visualize it a little bit easier. But essentially, anybody will be able to access this progression and power system tooling that we'll be providing for tribes.
Yeah, someday I will have my own tribe. I cannot do it right now, but it's one of
Dega is
my
your
my.
tribe, man. Dega is your tribe.
I, that's good. I like that. I like that. Yeah, you're is the tribe of tribes. So I love that. I love the concept, and I think we're starting to see some very important movements inside the tribes. You know, it's about the way they speak, the way they coordinate. There are different kind of like tribes right now in Dega. Ones are like location based, which is kind of like you see the Calatrava is all people from Calatrava, you know, in the Philippines. But then you see Mafia Knights, and they come from cornucopias, you know, they were built in the cornucopias for the cornucopias game, and they come in here because they want to be part of this the cornucopia Dega world. But there are also others that are just following leaders of the community. So you have all these different types of tribes right now being born, and it's really
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah, you know what? We need to go and tease the meld people. They should have a meld tribe within Dega. We need to go and put some pressure on them to come and join
Yeah,
us for that.
like who's repping Meld inside of the tribes here, because we're gonna start keep doing contests. You know,
Yeah.
we're gonna start doing like we're right now we have contests going, which one is my favorite, which is the content creation contest. That is amazing, and I think this today will reward the winners of this is bi-weekly, is the bi-weekly contest, and this edition was about music, and and people, you should hear the songs that came out of that and the beats that came out of that, because I think they're really really cool. Have you heard them, Carlos?
Yeah, I heard a few. I heard a few. I was impressed. Really nice, and I like the aesthetics that they're using. Very flexible, very open. So yeah, very impressive. I have to say, considering we just started this a few weeks ago, and some people are even new. They're just a few days in, and they're creating very impressive work. I mean,
Sure.
that's kind of like the world we're headed towards, thanks to this new generative AI systems. And I think that tribes are actually going to be a very powerful mechanism because for this new generation, right, of integrating AI, because you know it's going to be all about network effects. If you have the tooling, right, and now your vision and your ideas in your mind can come through far easier thanks to Gen AI, then that means that what's gonna set you apart is the support that you have, right? The networks effect that you have, the team members that you have, the organizations you're integrated with, such as Dega, Cornucopia, Smell, and the other partners we're bringing on board. So you being connected to the right organizations, the right network, having the right team tribes with you is going to make all the difference in the future going forward as we step into this new AI powered world, right? If you say, no, I'm going to go about it alone, then you're going to get crushed, right, by those that do have the support system in place. So tribes, as we call them in Dega, right, are going to be key for that. Some other in other ecosystems are known as gaming guilds, and then we also have the concept that we were discussed on Thursday, I believe, about geos, right, gaming ecosystem organizations. So for anybody that missed that, I recommend go and check that out. Um, or if it'd be a good idea, Freak, if you can post it in the comments of this space, just like as a reference, so that people can go and check that one out, because it was a really good conversation around all of these satellite organizations that arise around games, right?
Oh, nice. Yeah, let's do that. I'll do that in a while. And one of the things that the difference between for me the difference between tribe and guild is the guild has a purpose of gaming and a game or several games and all those things. But tribe has a mission, at least in the DEGA ecosystem that we connected with, is make it sustainable. And to make it sustainable, is gotta give the members also a way to make a living. So you're given to the tribe, and you're also in this tribal ecosystem.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I can hear you now.
Yeah, yeah. Tribes are kind of like our name for this concept of gaming ecosystem organizations, right? Which is about not just fun, right, in the game, but as you were saying, making it sustainable, making it grow, branching it out to many different aspects, besides just engaging in any particular game, such as building a brand, building a set of values that you support. It's also about going multidimensional. To give you guys an example, right? For we see tribes as having their own esports teams for competing. We see them having supporting their own development teams, right, to build out on top of DEGA, to build out on top of cornucopias, and on top of our future partners that we're going to keep onboarding. We see them having their own in-house, in-tribe artists, right, to build out their own design language that speaks about what they believe in, to be able to create new in-game skins, right? So it's not about like in traditional games, the gaming guild is just about the group and coming together and following a path within the game. Here we're saying like no, become a multi-dimensional organization, self-sustaining, and pushing your own brand and your own values through gaming, competition, development, technology, art, right? We see them as becoming their own organizations, right?
Yeah, and that's the dream. If you find, like, in my case, in my personal case, I call myself freakathon because it took me a while to find my tribe, and my tribe wasn't with my in my neighborhood or my city or any of the schools, all the schools I went to, because I could never fit. But it was found in the digital world. That's where I found my tribe, and that's where I found personally the people I identify with and the people I can talk to and the people I can relate to. And actually, right now, I have more friends in the digital world and in this tribe that in real life. So I think it's also a powerful tool for what you said earlier about loneliness and finding that, because before this we were confined to, okay, if you're going into this school and you're a little bit freaky or you're a little bit geeky, or you probably you won't fit because you're not made of whatever. So finding this space and finding the place to either join or build it is magical for me, bro.
Yeah, certainly, certainly, right. And to be clear, by any means, I'm not discouraging people from associating with the people that are physically close to them. That's also important. But sometimes it's also beautiful to be able to connect with everybody around the world, right? This is the things that the internet allowed us to do, but we kind of kept it in social networks and like in social media. It's become more about the content itself than the connection, right? Like you go in there and you're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. You're not really connecting with people. You're just kind of like getting bombarded with content, right? And that's what it's mostly become about. Twitter is actually some of the few places where you can actually connect with people. I would say asymmetrically, of course, it's not. too symmetric in the sense that somebody can have a lot of followers, right, but they don't necessarily follow them, right? So it's not bi-directional. But most of what you read in Twitter, that because it's text, it is about sharing values. It's about gathering around given topics, right? You usually follow somebody for the topics or what they represent. Um, so it's a nice place for connecting, right? But I think that we still need again to make this truly structured as an organization, to make it self-sustainable, to make it multidimensional, to make it clear in terms of the goals that a given tribe wants to have, and structure it properly with gamification. So that's what they guys bring into the table, right? It's like a new generation of social interactions that are going to be organized. They're going to be, let's say, gravitating towards the concept of a tribe.
What you just said, yes, and keep it in real life also connects with liquid reality, and this concept that you've been speaking about. So is tribal, are tribes gonna go liquid, or should be liquid?
They should, but I mean, I don't know if I want to jump into liquid reality.
No,
That's like
no, no,
that's like
no,
a whole nother conversation in and of itself. So for everybody
no.
here, like we there's a concept we started on the first few days talking about DEGA around liquid reality, about these organizations in which we bring the metaverse to your physical space, right? Like creating a truly immersive experience. Just because one thing that I tell everybody that really pisses me off is they have quote unquote metaverse events and you go to see a person just talking on a stage and I'm like, I don't need you to talk about the metaverse, right? Show me the metaverse. So there's a series of experiences that we're designing around that, and but we'll have a different session for that because it's just like a whole different ball game. Probably I
Yeah,
don't know, maybe what 3 weeks after the ISPO we could have a liquid reality session.
yeah. It's really hard to separate all the concepts because everything is so intertwined that we cannot talk about tribes without talking to other concepts. We cannot talk about ISPO without talking about other concepts. So you're gonna understand. Everyone's gonna be able to understand this. How do you say this? Tejido. How do you say tejido? This issue.
Well, I don't know what you're trying to say with Tejido.
Like
So
everything in Dega is connected. So it creates like
fabric.
so
What you want to say is fabric.
yeah. So you will be able to understand the whole fabric of the Dega realm, the Dega worlds, and the this bigger concept. Everything is connected. Is what I mean.
Indeed, indeed.
So Carlos, there's also there's a space for people to ask questions, and if you have doubts, please ask them out because we're gonna keep on talking about tribes while we get your questions. But there's also a contest going on right now for every space, Dega space. We're doing during the content during the space. There's a contest going about people who are commenting, people who are asking questions. Just make sure you mentioned three people in your questions, and you get a chance to win 500 Dega tokens. But today we're gonna announce also the winners at the end, the winners of the content generation contest that went on for 2 weeks. We had three finalists. So it was Bam, it was Luana, and it was Roach, Corn Roach. So they created music for Dega, which I think it was amazing. I loved what you did, and but the community and everyone there got chooses the winner by voting with retweets and likes. And I think we can announce the winner at the end of this session. So, and we have all other contests going on. We have an invite, Discord invite madness going every day where you create your personal link invite to Discord, and every day you get the chance to win 500 Dega tokens that will be given when the token generation event happens. So while we keep on talking about tribes, feel free to ask your questions, mention three friends, and we will be answering some of those. Today the topic is tribes because tomorrow it will be about bigger in deeper details about the ISPO. So probably we will give a better chance to ask about tribes. We have Kev from Corn. We got Rune from Knights. We got JD and Luana from Latinos. So we got people from already in the tribes uh, of Dega here. So if you guys have questions or doubts, or you just want to congratulations on the lovely work with the tribes, whatever you want to do, comment and mention three people. So, Carlos, continuing with tribes. My question is, where do you see tribes going in the near future in Dega?
Well, the very first things that we want for our tribes, and some of them have already started with this, right? Especially the ones that were already gaming guilds. But the first thing that I think that the tribe should have is their vision, right, for where they want to go with the tooling that we're providing, right? Because again, Dega is about giving you the tools so that you can build your vision, right? Our vision is to empower billions of people to project their creativity into the digital economy, right? So whatever it is in your head, right, this idea, this concept that you want to manifest in the world, we want to empower you to be able to realize that. So I think that has to be the first thing, right? Like, obviously, we're kicking this off by doing this creative content competitions, and that kind of, you need to start with something, right? But you all need to have this vision that comes from yourselves. After you have the vision, then you can start structuring other things like the mission, which is what you do repetitively every day, right, to realize the vision. For example, ours is building open systems, right, and tooling to be able to empower people, right? So our vision is for people to project their creativity, and we're doing it by creating tools every day and open system tools, right, like blockchains and open source applications. But and then after that, the tribes need to have their values, right? What are their core values? What do they stand for? And then they need to have goals. Like, what's the first goal? Like, Dega's goal, for example, right, just in case somebody needs a little bit of help there with the ideas, is our goal is to be able to place $400 in the hands of everybody in emerging markets, that they earned, not handovers, right? Not free money. I'm talking about empowering them with the tools so they can earn $400, and everybody in emerging markets, right? So I know some of you might be thinking, well, $400 isn't much. Well, it isn't much in the USA or Europe, but in the emerging markets where people's average salary on a monthly basis can be $200, $100, $500. If we can place in average, right, $400 in the hands of everybody there, that's a massive shift, right, in their economy. And I just set it out to be like that because I know that that'll be just the spark, right? That'll be something that'll kick off a movement in emerging markets. Because once people realize, wait, I can work, they can keep their normal jobs, and then they're like, yeah, on my phone, thanks to the tooling that Dega provides, now I've been able to earn $400, right, this month. What else can I do to now earn $500? Then what can I do to make 600? Then 1,000, right? And that'll kickstart a whole digital revolution in emerging markets, right? For me, the future is with us, right? Like, every system has its life cycle, and I think that most of the greater nations today are kind of like in their downtrend. And not that I wish any ill upon them, right? I hope that all societies can move forward, but I think that we are the ones that are going to be pushing the envelope in the future, right? Latin America, Southeast Asia, Middle East and North Africa, Eurasia, Sub-Saharan Africa as well. So I think that there's so much potential in most of these parts of the world because we're a little bit more of a clean slate, right? Like, we need a lot of new systems in place to be able to grow, so we can actually use the new technology to build these systems, right? Instead of just repeating what the other guys have done, we can actually take advantage and make a better economy and a better social organization for ourselves. So that's what I wanted for the tribes, like, in the short term, right? Like, set up your vision, your mission, your values, your goals, and your brand, right? Start growing your brand, and we'll be providing the tooling not only for you to enjoy Web3 gaming, but also for you to be able to finance your own tribe and to be able to coordinate amongst each other, right? The finance, obviously, through ISPOs, and then the coordination through the DEGA power and progression system that we're going to be building out.
So this connects a lot. This connects a lot with something I've been working on, and is what or in studying. And I'm actually creating an ebook, like a short book, a playbook for creating tribes that hopefully will be published in the next few months. And but one of the things that I think are important in building, you said, is the vision, is the mission, all those things, but they also have to connect with the storytelling, narrative. And it can be as simple as why we got together as a guild tribe, and how was it born, and what are we looking for. But it's also the way you communicate those core value, vision, mission things to the people, because depending on the words you use and how you communicate it, you get people that connect with what you do or don't connect with what you do and think it's something else. So the other part I would add on top of that is the storytelling has to be clear, powerful, and on point and strong, and be able to create your own rituals, because at the end, the rituals are what connects everyone together. It are the actions of the everyday life or the special moments of special events, that actually create that magical connection. And that's when I go back to Liquida, and it's like all these tools and yeah, and events and things are gonna allow you to create the right rituals for your tribe to be able to connect. And when I talk about rituals, it's as simple as just how do you welcome people, or how do you celebrate birthdays. We have spaces every morning, and we get together here and talk. Like, all those things build up the ritual thing. And I think the DEGA tools that are being built also enable the birth of those ritual or ritualistic experience.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it's good to have that you're building out that manual. I think that, organizing. I actually tell people all the time, like, technology is easy compared to the challenge of organizing humans, right? Like, that is the most difficult thing ever, right? That's why everybody here in this call, I know you've been in a company that you're like, whoa, this is so disorganized. Like, this could be a great company if they would only properly structure their processes, right? Their project management, their program management, uh, their human capital development, etc. Right? We've also all been in countries in which we're like, dear God, I can't believe this country is even functioning with the level of disorganization that I see in government institutions. Right? This happens a lot to us in Latin America. So, the most challenging thing that you can do is organize humans. Right? So that's why it's important to have this kind of like handbook, if you would, for building out your tribe. So thank you for providing that, Freak. And yeah, we'll improve that over time, right? We're not going to get it perfect the first time, but it'll be constantly improving. We'll constantly adjust so that it's ever easier for people to start tribes.
Yeah, so I guess we finished this section before we go into the announcements and everything, is inviting everyone into the tribes, and also inviting the tribes to build and help us build the biggest tribe of all, which is DEGA, and joining the ISPO. So I always leave this part to you.
Yeah, so no, right now, basically just join us tomorrow at the same time for this space. We'll be discussing the article that we're publishing, I think, in a few minutes regarding all the ISPO details. We didn't want to talk about it right now because we want to publish the article, give you time to read, and then tomorrow answer questions, right? So by all means, do join us tomorrow for that. And then June 19th is when the ISPO officially kicks off. And also join us in our Discord, our Telegram to stay tuned. Be very, very careful for with impersonating accounts, right? There is 100% guarantee that there will be malicious actors out there trying to trick you and impersonate DEGA or people working for DEGA. So even if you get a DM from me that says Carlos Rene, be extremely skeptical, verify that it's the right account, or better yet, if they're telling you, oh, this is the new ISPO info, don't believe it. Go to the official DEGA accounts and make sure that you're not being tricked, right? And for anybody, in case you need to kind of like double check, just go to our website, right, which is dega.org or dega.org, right? That's the official website. And if you go there, you'll find all of the official accounts, and then you can be sure and certain that you're not being tricked.
Thank you. Let's make it happen. Get your tribes, get everyone, get your friends, get your family in here because this is happening. This is major, this is big, and we need you. We need also your help because we build this together. So
Beautiful.
thank you, Carlos. I think it's time to start announcing. Oh no, wait. We should announce the events we have also coming up this week. I don't know which one you're doing a lot of AMAs and events with other communities. Do you want to announce it here, or you want to leave it for the official announcement on social?
I don't know. Like my calendar is pretty packed right now. It's gonna be hard for me to go over all of those. I would say right now the most important thing is just stay tuned in our Discord and our Telegram, and from there we'll be publishing all the AMAs and things that we have coming up, as well as the Dega official account and my personal account. You're all welcome to follow as well, and because I'll be sharing the details there. But it's a lot of stuff,
Perfect.
so yeah, it's better to just follow up.
Yeah, a lot of things are happening this week, so you better check our socials, come to our Telegram, come to our Discord, and you'll find what's going on. There is an important article today coming out at 9 a.m. I think a specific time. So it would be
No,
in
it's
about an hour.
yeah, yeah. It's about. I don't know if it's in 15 minutes or in an hour, but it's coming out. It's a Deg ISPO official announcement. It'll be posted in our blog post as well, and tomorrow we'll be taking questions regarding that. So please do join. Okay, let's wrap it up, freak, because I got another call
I'm
coming up in a
gonna
few
I'm gonna
minutes.
announce winners. You can go. I'm gonna announce winners. I'm gonna announce this week contest. I'm gonna so you can go and thank you very much, Carlos, for being here. Like you're fun, you explain things in a very easy way. I learn every time we do this, so I hope it is like that for everyone. Thank you very much for being here. Stay with me because I'm gonna announce winners and contests.
Well, my pleasure. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Thank you, freak. I'll be looking forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. Have a great day.
Okay, boss. So see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is gonna be an exciting day. We're gonna talk about ISPO details and all those things. But now, now that the boss is gone, we got a chance to get freaky
I am the
with
freaky
freak.
freak and the freak of all
So
freaks. Found
yes,
the
I'm
silver
gonna announce the
absolute. You are
contest,
dissolute.
the
I'm a king
winners,
undefeated.
what's going on this week. So stay here with me. As you know, we have different contests going on. So we have the daily spaces contest, which is for people that participate and are here live that just need to comment, mention three friends, and you get the chance to win 500 Dega tokens that will be announced tomorrow. Today we're gonna announce Friday's winner. But in the Friday, and also we have the Discord invite madness, which is create your own personal link. This is really important because I see a lot of people inviting people to Discord, not using their personal link. So there's no way to track a winner if you're not using the personal link. The instructions are really easy. Just go to invite, change the settings at the bottom, make it unlimited, that never runs out, and it will create like a discord.gg slash and a weird number combination. That's your personal code. Keep that code and share it because that's the way we track who you invite, you know. So last Friday we run it, and the winner, I'm gonna start announcing winners, but that is also a daily contest. So the winner of the invite madness on Friday is two-time winner, first-time winner, Mr. Kev. Kev, you won the Invite Madness again. You've won that 2 times. You were the first winner ever of this DEGA token madness that we're doing right now. And you get the DEGA heart. You get to hold it. You still hold it. You look amazing with that heart in our Discord. So congratulations for taking that home again. So right now, I this is the moment I like the most because the Dega content creation contest is my favorite. It's we spend 2 weeks creating, we spend 2 weeks doing creative sessions in the Discord, experimenting with AI tools, helping people create, teaching people how to prompt better in Midjourney or ChatGPT or Runway Gen 1, Gen 2, showing Kyber or BandLab to create music. We experiment a lot with different tools because our goal is to teach you how to reach your creative self and empower that creative output. So for me, it is the most exciting contest of all before the gaming tournaments return, and which is those are I also love them and they will return for sure. But right now, this week was about music. This week was about making beats, making lyrics, making songs, making music videos. And we saw a lot of creativity. We saw a lot of people trying. We saw a lot of shy people that wanted to do it that didn't dare to do it. We saw also contestants that started doing content because of this contest and they've been improving every day and they're becoming like really, really hardcore top content creators, which is the goal. So we had 3 finalists. So the way this works is we go for 2 weeks. The first week we get together in Discord. We teach a lot of tools. We teach how to use AI. We teach how to create things. And then the next week is about creating. On Friday, the team goes through every post and chooses 3 finalists. And those 3 finalists get into this Twitter from Dega, official Dega, and they get each one tweet inside of this thread. So people go in and like and retweet, and at the end, the person with the most likes and retweets takes the prize home. So right now, we just did it. Monday is ending for many, and we're cutting the contest is off. So we already counted who is the winner. And the winner for this bi weekly DEGA content contest is Luana again. Yes, it was really tight last mile fight. It was 186 and 180. It was a 6 point difference between the first and the second one. But I'm really happy to announce Luana as the winner of this but this 2 weeks contest. So congratulations, Luana. You've taken this prize before, the Latino tribe in the house. I think you got a support from your tribe. That's what it is. It's like if the tribe is not supporting you, it's really hard to get those likes and retweets. So thank you very much. I think your creation is amazing and you're improving every other week. You like I see you growing, creating content and content, and I love it. So congratulations for that. And the next contest about content creation, it was gonna be themed, but since we're growing so fast, so big, is I'm gonna go back to do an open content creation. So it will be about just creating content about DEGA, the ISPO, the partnerships, the tribes, or whatever concept you want to talk about in the DEGA ecosystem. And this time you can create whatever. You can create a post, you can create a book, you can create a coloring book, you can create comics, you can create video, you can create music, you can create whatever you want, that talks about, that helps us explain, that tells the world what we're doing. And if you're part of a tribe, you can connect it to what you're doing with your tribe. Go crazy. There's an amazing post in our blog post about DEGA fiction that explains the difference between DEGA fiction and science fiction, and why DEGA fiction is a whole other concept in narrative, because it allows you to go everywhere. So get crazy with it. During this week, we will be doing the daily creative sessions, testing tools, creating live. We're trying to do a lot of our work live in the server so people can watch and ask what we're doing. And we help. We jump and help. Oh, I need to generate an image like this. We jump and help. We will keep trying to get tools for you that are free, or that we can funnel through our tools. It's been hard because tools are changing every week. We had several bots generating images, and now they're paid. So we gotta look for new solutions. But in the live sessions, you'll get a lot of answers. So congratulations, Luana. And I cannot wait to see the results of this new contest, that it will be announced also later on today. So thank you very much. This is the Freaky. I see comments here and I have like 2 minutes, and I'm waiting for them to load. Oh, this is DEGA going live now. So thank you very much. It's Monday. Have a great start of the week. Thank you for being here. Tomorrow it will be a really important space. So make sure at the same time you have the time to listen, because all the details, all that we want to do, all the questions being asked in Telegram and in Discord probably will be solved for you. So this is Freaky saying bye.
I am the freaky freak
Have
of
a
the freak of
great
all
week.
freaks. My
Have a
rhymes are so
great day.
relentlessly leave you in
Take care
disbelief.
and
I'm the
thank
king of
you.
creation. My
Thank
mind is
you.
always
Be
on fire. I
creative.
eat at this for
Bye
breakfast.
bye.
My creativity never tires.